me let everything go on. Right.
Sound check. Is this thing on?
Check.
Chickadee, 1, 2.
Chickadee. There's 7 calling right now.
All right, let's
Yo.
set these audio levels. If we got anybody in the chat,
Well, we're about to go on to. We're going on to a live right now.
We are
YouTube?
live right now.
Oh, we are live right now, and I was gonna see if you could jump on there and check our audio and stuff. If you were still up, okay.
Tonight's stream brought to you by Twisted Tea, Hard Iced Tea, the original.
Oh man, I wish I'd have got me a Twisted Tea.
Go get yourself a Twisted Tea.
Is there still time?
We're not live, but just go.
Oh yeah, we're definitely live. We're looking good. Okay, cool. Let me grab my tea real quick. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
All right. Okay, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for joining us. This is the post UCLA event night stream. Got a pizza party happening downstairs. We could probably post some pictures, things that we got going on. But yeah, pizza party, playing pool, watching some, I think a Tupac documentary.
Yeah, that was weird.
You know that
the documentary threw me off today.
So I turned the TV on, and that's what was on. And the people that were in the room said, "Hey, I'm into this."
Yeah.
So we went with the documentary. Okay.
You know, so look, because they recently just, I think, caught the guy that they're gonna accuse.
Let me ask you a question.
I didn't even watch it.
I don't know anything about this other than, like, we shouldn't be applauding something that was solved 25 years too late, right?
I mean, is a closed case not a good case?
I see what you're saying, but we don't need to give him a whole lot of credit. It took him 25 years to solve it.
Yeah, I mean, and how did they solve it? I didn't look into it. I didn't even watch it. I was such a big Tupac fan. Like, hey, this one's for Tupac. Hey, pour some out for the homie.
Don't actually.
We're not pouring.
We're gonna pour it on our throats.
Don't,
Tony. We're gonna get you in an interview in a little bit.
Oh shoot, guys, make sure
just started, so give us
you smash the like button. Leave a comment. Tell a friend, because we're about to have Tony freaking Bravado in here.
Yeah, man. Listen, we made some.
We're going across the United States.
We'll talk to him about all that. That'll be exciting. Yep.
We'll see what he says.
We'll do a big thing with Sandbox.
Okay.
We got any comments in here, guys?
If through check right now. Yo, Zach Money says hello. What's up, Zach Money? Wish you were here, bro. We tried to kidnap you, but unfortunately,
we went to the wrong house.
Yeah, and they were pissed. Your neighbors.
Yeah, it was not
Zach.
Shouts
out to them. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry to Zach's neighbors. We tried to get you, but maybe we can coordinate something where we can get more community members in there soon.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm actually checking out the video here, and it literally looks like you're talking to just a shadow, or I'm just
like in the shadows.
No, you look good. I'm like in the smoke here. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to sit right there.
You
got to the end of that pillow. There you go. You should still be in the shot.
Okay. All right. Well, good enough.
I mean, this is a good scene.
Yeah. No, beautiful. I mean, the house has been beautiful. Everything about what we've been doing has been incredible. Any gripes, complaints?
Gripes or complaints? No. Like any gripes or complaints I have of myself. Kind of, where I was, maybe whether it was in a different mindset or where I was throughout the day, where I should have been doing something different. But no, man, very.
Well, let's back up and talk about that.
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit different than the normal, convention we're used to. I mean, this was straight panels. Yeah. It made networking completely different. So, I mean, what were some of the lessons learned? I mean, what are you thinking?
Well, that's really interesting, right? Like, I think it's just maybe more about, knowing. I don't know. It's a really good question. I mean, because what we felt was like you had to almost pick somebody off while they were walking through a hallway, to even have a chance to talk to them. And even then, it wasn't the right opportunity for certain things, especially for concepts like we have. It's not like you can't be like, oh, I've got a ticketing solution for you, and they're like, oh yeah, tell me about it. It's like, well, it's blockchain. We're like, nah.
No, thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely felt that. Or if you had to know somebody, you know what I'm saying, to really be able to get their attention. But but that's a part of it, right? We still definitely made some good connections. All that to say, man, I wouldn't really beat yourself up too much.
Oh no, I just, I'm just always very critical, right? You can always do better, so you analyze things. But I mean, it was a great opportunity. We definitely had some great conversations. One thing that was very awesome that came out of it was the relationship with Sandbox.
Yeah.
So I would fully expect, anybody in the community, we're going to do almost like a panel with team members. I think we can even get Sebastian, the founder.
Yeah.
And then, some team members, some, maybe some core builders and, really solid community members of Sandbox, and just have like a really healthy discussion about the whole ecosystem in general, what they're building. We'd like to ask, like maybe a little bit, different level questions, or, that have like, different intricacies to them.
Yeah.
When we talk to founders, like we're not asking the typical questions. Like, I want to know how you're keeping your community happy in a bear market.
Yeah, I mean, and I kind of feel for Sandbox because like even as like a landowner, you know what I'm saying, and I enjoy Sandbox. Like I like playing little games. I like receiving the rewards from going out and playing those little games and stuff. It's just almost like I just don't have time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have time, but maybe like, and that's where I really kind of wish like my ex, she would have loved the Sandbox.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's her little style of the game, kind of that the Lego games kind of technique where you're going around, you're finding things, you're interacting with the NPCs and stuff. I mean, if that's a gaming style that you're into, I mean, that's a way to make money. Like straight up, but just for me, it didn't keep my attention long enough.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's going to be one of the most difficult things is, like for people to truly like be able to, I guess, win when it comes to capitalize on, say when we get to, the play to earns, or the, being able to actually earn a true living online. Like you have to put in that time, and sometimes it's not like there's no way I'd be a gamer for pay.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
I'll watch the shit out of some people playing games for a little while.
And you might be able to get paid for that.
I would never want to.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah, I can imagine. Man, I've never had this Twisted Tea before.
So just until maybe like a month and a half ago, we went to go visit some friends at their lake house. And my buddy Mike had a case of this stuff. And I had a couple. There's like, you could have a couple of them.
Yeah.
Right? It's tea.
It's not bad.
No. I mean, I'm sure there's bullshit in it.
Oh, yeah, bro, for sure. I mean, we're definitely not. So shouts out to Twisted Tea. If you want to sponsor the stream, reach out to us.
Well, I mean, maybe there's not bullshit in it. Maybe it's just, I can't find a list of ingredients.
List of ingredients.
Contains alcohol, no carbonation.
Yeah.
I thought everything had to have ingredients on it. That was like a law here.
Well, I don't believe so. It looks, nope, sure doesn't.
Nope.
Well,
Latrobe, Wisconsin.
I guess they don't want you to know what it is. That's just the way it's going to be. So things they don't want you to know. Do you hear anything today? Anything that sparked your interest? Did you see anything that?
Well, I mean, this whole ecosystem to me with like sports, because of my past, is very intriguing to me. And like, I tried to find a couple ways to get it, like to put it out there, like, that I would say that like I definitely was an expert in my field before, and I've spent the last several years, 7 years, six going on 7 years, really learning blockchain and stuff. And so I'm probably putting my 10,000 hours for sure, right? So like I could consider myself an expert in that. And so putting those two fields together, like I really feel like, because like that's the one thing I know about people in like the athletic departments at universities, is that they all have pain points, and they're very vocal about it. When you go to those conferences, and so like. I know that we could like help them out. I think it's just like, we've started to make a concentrated effort to put more stuff on LinkedIn, and I'm going to really start to target like, like the opportunities like we had today.
Yeah. That was a big question. I mean, what's your LinkedIn, which was one of the things that, I said that I was going to take the time to do, but it's like so easy to get wrapped up in the BS that's going on in the space. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to get wrapped up in that drama and to let it take from you, man. I mean, I think that was kind of one of my big takeaways for this is just, really just staying ready.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't have to get ready, just like kind of locking some more things in, continuing to get more, because this is the key, bro. Like going to these types of events, like where it's just not crypto people, it is the way, right? Like this one was a little bit tough, you know what I mean? But I think like you could tell, those people, they all knew each other. They're on the same circuit that we are. You know what I'm saying? So as they see us more, we'll get more into those, more into those circles, and to be able to do some things. And too, I mean, I think, like, who was the football player that you connected with?
Anquan Bolden.
Yeah. So what was he talking about?
So, they're talking about a lot of the initiatives that they've done. And obviously, they're not blockchain related, some stuff with NIL, name, image, and likeness. And then he was saying something, he's some reform program where they're getting the voting rights back for felons in Florida.
Yeah.
Right? So it's interesting to see some of the initiatives that these guys are working on. But I approached him after his thing, man, and we were talking about some of the ways that they can help, because they help a lot of people. It seems a big push of helping athletes in their retirement phase, right?
Right.
Because a lot of them seem to even though they're making the big bucks when they're playing, that shit dries up pretty quick when you don't have that financial literacy, which I think everybody it's so funny, like in a lot of the conversations that we had, even with the people that are blockchain minded here because of the gaming summit, like that whole financial literacy aspect is just so freaking important. And so I know that we're like on the right path with Chain Labs.
I wonder what financial literacy is going to look like, as we move, further. And I know that that's something that Tony's working on. I know that's something we linked up with Chino. He's doing a lot of mental health, but I still heard, him and, Six and Honest, they're obviously talking about financial literacy. We got Matthew from the show. He's talking financial literacy. And it's like, a lot of people would say, well, why don't you guys all come together, and just talk about it, as one voice. But really, like, it's like those are 6 completely different audiences.
Oh, dude, totally. And we learned that honestly from Six and Honest, like, because like, what, like the things that we bring to the table, like are, they resonate with certain people. And, the things that Six and Honest bring to the table resonate with certain people. The things that, Matthew brings to the table, resonates with certain people. And that's why, different personalities. And I've always thought, like, even in like, in the crypto space, as far as content creators go, like we're not in competition. Like, like we have to find a way to collaborate better. We have to find a way to like complement each other versus duplicate the efforts. But that's the whole point, right?
Yeah, no, most definitely. And speaking of collaboration, I mean, obviously everybody talking about the NWF. New World Finance, and what that means, and obviously you're getting tons and tons of questions. How do you see that playing a part in what we did today?
I mean, it gives us. I mean, I wouldn't say like it gives us credibility, right? And when I say that, the numbers for like, so when we start to put content out as an alliance that has a much larger reach than one person individually, like all of a sudden the numbers start to boost, and so you get like more of a credibility, right? Like someone who. So if someone is watching you from, and this is what we've been told, is that like, when you do stuff like this, now you have people that are like watching you and like, they're like trying to see like, all right, like, you had your first touch point. Now let's see like how things go. Right. And so, man, where the fuck was I going with that?
Hey, no worries. What I was kind of hearing in what you were talking about, was just really in the action. I think that's what we're going to bring. That's going to be completely different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I definitely think it is. I think Ben is definitely genuine. You know what I'm saying? I think that where he is, what I'm saying, that he's really like, look, the one thing he said when we were in that meeting that really kind of resonated with me: I'm not trying to make any more enemies. And I think that's the season we're in, right? Yeah. Like we're at the bottom of this bear, you know what I'm saying? It's time to build, like, right, we're at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? Smaller studio, but what we have to offer is gonna be huge, you know what I'm saying, for many years to come.
And I think, and going back to now, I remember what we were talking about, going back to really kind of just, using that platform to boost our voice.
Yeah.
Right. Because that at the end of the day, like that's the whole point of an alliance, is to come together and have a stronger voice, as a group versus an individual. And so if we can take, our message, because like our message is not going to change. Our mission, vision, and values like will never change. Like we are positive, like we are pushing the space forward in a positive way. We are trying to educate people in a specific manner. And like, again, like nothing's going to change. We just now have more people listening to us, which has always been the fucking goal. And like, this is the opportunity, is like to have more listens, to have more people listening to your message, and you'll find more people that like your the community. So like our community will naturally grow, and we'll find, more individuals that, they weren't here with us for the last year building, but at the same time, like they have some value, they have something to bring to our community and add. So why not fucking welcome it in with, open arms.
Yeah, man. And speaking of welcoming people in, just like, man, AJ is crushing it, bro.
Yeah.
AJ writes crypto, man. I'm excited, man, to work with him. I think that he has such a great spirit. I think he's super freaking smart. The way he explains the charts and does his thing, I think that adds more value to our community. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's something that we can lean on too. So that, again, we've been talking a lot about this now, and it's starting to make sense, right? Like as we start to focus on verticals with our subject matter experts. Because then that, again, we talk about credibility and all that stuff. Like, if trust is earned and all that. And so the more that we can, come together and collaborate and say, all right, like, like the other day when I was talking to AJ about, the gaming coins, the thing that I want to put together. And like, he gave me some advice on one of them, and it made me think like, all right, like I could probably pick something. It was a special mention, so I could probably pick something different. So like, yes, of course it's going to help, because now we can say, like, let's look at these coins, and like, the way that he can read a chart, like that's I'm not even going to pretend. And so like, let the subject matter experts handle things, and like, and that's the whole point of building this alliance, is that we can the rising tide floats all boats. That's the whole theory and thesis of that.
Definitely, man. Hey, I mean, like in your speech today, which went amazing, like absolutely crushed it. At the one point, you stood up and you're like, look, we need more women in the space. We need more women. We need you.
I had to make you make an impression, right? Like, yeah, I stood up. And
so what's that look like though? I mean, so what I mean, like what? So now, I mean, you've taken this charge on stage. I mean, you're fired up. I mean, what's the next steps in that? I mean, what are the kind of things that you want to see?
When we got off the stage, man, it's like, the questions didn't stop when the panel ended, and like immediately I was met, by three, girls here in college, and they were three from the law school, and they said, we're here reporting for duty, kind of thing. It's just like, what can we do, to join Web3? And it's just like, what I can tell you is you can start to do some research online, and if you want to show up to Web3 breakfast at 10 a.m. on Monday, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Now, do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Yeah. But that's literally all that I can do, is provide, a place for people to come in and have the conversations like we do every morning.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, and I think that's the thing. I think, like definitely, elevating, the ladies in the space like we've been doing. I think we continue to do that. That continues to crush it. Yeah, and ladies, get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, fuck that. Dudes, get some ladies involved. Yes. You got a sister, you got a mother, you got a girlfriend. I don't know. Find someone and get them involved in this ecosystem. You got anything in the comments?
Yeah. Manuel says he calls AJ the altcoin junkie.
Yeah.
So, and let's see. Oh, Zach, he is driving, so he's behind the live. So that's okay. But no, man, I think, we had talked about doing a women's only space.
I think that we should, man. Like, and even if it's something that we do, at whatever frequency we can, and whatever frequency is comfortable for, the people that want to participate in that, whether it's once a week, once a month, whatever it ends up being, like, let's start with just doing it.
Do you think that makes a difference?
I don't care. I hope it makes a difference for me. I hope that, like, even if like one person comes into that space and hears and sees that, like, that it's just all inclusive, like, and I don't know the best way to say this kind of stuff, but like enough is enough. Like, if people are crying like that, we're not giving people an equal opportunity, like, I challenge that, saying, yes, we fucking do.
Yeah, I love that. Actually, I saw Ellie is actually starting a space. She's gonna be doing a Twitter space.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ellie.
Yeah, I saw that. And she was like, I guess I'll give it a try. I mean, we got Carrie C, doing spaces. We got, and
I got Corey coming up every day now. Let's go.
Yeah, man. And that's the kind of stuff, like when I hear people say, like, man, Turbo, like, I'm here because of you, or man, I would have never done this because you pushed me, or I live for that. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that, other people, they find ways to challenge people in their lives. You know what I'm saying? To just be a little bit better. I mean, we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get better. I definitely want to grab some people. Maybe, I'm saying, we can grab some people around the mansion.
Yeah.
And, interview them, kind of see what their thoughts were. I mean, did you have any kind of final thoughts from today's forum?
No, I mean, like, the message, the video that I put out this morning, the theme that I was trying to push across was carpe diem, right? Like, seize the day, take advantage of the opportunities that you've been given. And, the conversation that we had on stage was great. I didn't get to work in the 4 currencies, even though it was on my mind to try. But, like, when you have limited time and you have to make an impression, you do what you can. And so I can't wait to get access to the stream, and I feel like a bozo because at some point in the day I had received the live stream link for the event, and I had sent it to my mom, and I didn't send it to my wife, and I didn't send it to the community. I don't know why. Like, I don't know, like, what had happened. Obviously it was probably one of those situations where I started to do that and then got, pulled in another direction, and then it just never happened. So I do apologize to everybody that was not something that was provided to you in case you were looking for it. But we will get access to that footage. We will get the opportunity to do something with it. So we'll chop it up and get some of that messaging out there as soon as we can. But I tell you what, the facility was awesome. The folks here at the Poly Pavilion, the UCLA arena where the basketball team plays. It was a great day, and shout out to everybody that was working there. It was a solid event. And I'll tell you what, I think we made an impression. That was the whole thing. Like when I stood up, I think we made an impression. With whatever limited capacity we had. Yes, sir.
Here we go. 773 plays. Go ahead and join us.
Great to connect.
All right, We got our first guest of the night tonight. Here's the mic, sir.
Appreciate that. Great to be here.
Yeah, man. So, well, first off, you're with Yako.
Yep.
Right, Yako Court is what it's called. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
So Yako Corp is a cyberpunk metaverse that is aiming to be basically Ready Player One. If you've ever seen the Oasis, that's what we're building in a cyberpunk 2177 Tokyo or Hong Kong. It's like a mix between Hong Kong, Tokyo aesthetic.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And, so like obviously Jay loves the metaverse. Like Jay is a metaverse junkie. I'm a metaverse guy, but I really like AR.
Right.
Like AR is where I'm at, so he's more on that VR. I like the AR kind of coming in there. I wanted to ask you. No, I done forgot.
It's all good. It goes like that sometimes.
Hey, sometimes it'd be like that. I was looking at Jay and he had wanted to say something, and then I was like going to pass him the mic, and it was like this
lost in translation.
And then I lost the whole thing in translation. No, man. So you are the builder of the. What's your role in the project?
So I'm the head of business development and the chief marketing officer. But being that we're a startup company, we don't have 200 employees. I also fulfill a bunch of other roles like helping with the lore, helping with the soundtrack, and pretty much filling in the gaps there. So I'm pretty multidisciplinary. But my primary roles are head of business development and chief marketing officer.
Awesome. And what would be the thing that you would say, like if someone came up, like why would you tell somebody to be a part of this project?
So really, it depends. What we're aiming to build is something that kind of engages every person, whether you're an MMO fan, whether you're an FPS fan, a racing fan, or whether you just want to connect socially and jump into metaverse to hang out with your friends, and whether you're a play to earn maxi or whether you're a business. We have B2B retail applications, and we already have storefronts built into our game with Toys R Us and a few other fashion brands that we're building. We can't really discuss it yet, but some pretty big ones that you might know.
Nice, man. You said you got play to earn mechanics built in?
Yep.
So the biggest question and the biggest challenge that we've seen so far in any play to earn game is the dinosaur tail, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the rewards, as time goes on, the reward gets smaller and smaller because what usually the mechanic requires is new players to come in to feed the beast, right? To feed the old players. Like, are you guys doing anything to mitigate that? Like, I've seen some metaverses, and I think it was Undead Blocks, like something that they did where, it was like in a mall scene, where they were doing like subtle advertising, right? And so like advertisers were taking care of the money bringing in, so it was not dependent on new players.
Right.
Like, would you guys have any things that you're incorporating into your metaverse to like safeguard users so that the new users don't aren't dependent on, or the old users aren't dependent on users?
Right, exactly. So that's definitely a trend we have noticed, that it's always dependent on who's the next guy who's going to come in and fuel the token.
Yep.
No, so we're definitely putting a lot of the emphasis on the brands, and we have so many things built into our API. We can have heat maps and stuff like that for advertisers, and they can feed the token and things like that. And on top of that, so many token kind of holes and burn mechanics that it always keeps demand for that token alive. And so and on top of that, we're making sure that we're prioritizing the fun. So that's just an additional kind of benefit to the game, not the primary kind of driver of why you're playing the game. It's just an additional benefit.
Nice. What chain?
We're currently so our collections are built on Solana, but for our in-game transaction system, we just partnered with Immutable X.
Oh, hell
yeah. 7 loves that. I got a question for you. So what's your favorite cartoon, bro?
My favorite cartoon, The Boondocks.
The Boondocks. Okay.
Yeah, I had to go a little bit left field there.
Yeah, you did.
We're actually talks with Carl Jones to help us with some of our animations to produce a full-scale anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's we're hoping that we can get the Boondocks Animation Studio to help us out with that.
Yeah, I felt you look right into the camera on that. He was like, the Boondocks Studios.
Coming for you. Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope, man. Like you as a business development man, like how has it been working in this capacity in the Web3?
So at first, honestly, it was a bit of an uphill battle just due to kind of the trust that's in the Web3 kind of space. A lot of times when people hear metaverse, blockchain, NFT, the first thing that comes to their mind is scam. Just due to the liquidity scams and the amount of scams that have been in the space. So at first it was a bit of an uphill battle, but as we've partnered with more and more major Web2 companies like Honda, Epic, Toys R Us, as we've partnered with more people have kind of given us that credibility. And so we're less fighting against the grain, and we're kind of positioning ourselves to have that first mover advantage of like super credible, partnered with major companies and docs.
Yeah, I mean that's a big one. So how have you found, like, obviously we're going through, we like to call it the build market here,
Right,
but
yeah.
it's technically a bear market. So like how have you found, going out and trying to do business development in what feels like an extended bear market?
Honestly, I think just like you called it the build market, for us, we really view it as a time that's actually beneficial to building projects. You kind of don't have to worry about so many speculative traders that are just jumping in and gonna try to dump your project at, the soonest instance that they can cut a profit or something like that. And really, the Web2 companies are aware of the trends. So if they see you building during this time, they know that you're a serious player and not somebody who's just coming in to, make a quick buck. So honestly, it's actually been beneficial and given us kind of a peace and quiet lull time for us to be able to build all the back end and everything. So when the next bear market comes, we'll be super positioned.
Yeah. And make sure that, you obviously secure the runway and,
right, exactly.
And do that so you can get through. And, obviously, like, as we get through, this next couple, I mean, what are we in? We're in October. So, say 6 to 8 months, right?
Yeah, probably.
Until we start to see like some really fun activity, like what do you guys have planned, to keep the community engaged, to keep people happy, because we may see another downturn, but it's like the bruise, right? It may get worse before it gets better. So like, what are you guys doing to make sure that your community is like keeping it rocking, man? Keep the FUD away, keeping them happy.
Yeah. So number one, we're always creating new partnerships pretty much every week. And since I joined the team, we've been adding new major partnerships, new major moves. And so we're always showing the community that, hey, there's not a downtime here. Whether there's macro trends, that we can't control, here at Yaku, we're building every single day, every single week. We're facilitating new partnerships. And on top of that, so in the next couple of months, we'll have a new zone release. We'll have all of our flagship game modes, which, if anyone's aware of Yaku, pretty much the one that everyone has been waiting for is the racing. So once our motorcycle racing is out, which should be in the next couple, definitely way before that 6 to 8 month range, it's going to have a wagering system. It's going to have so many things to keep the community entertained. You can imagine like an adult Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty sick. And on top of that, FPS modes. And on top of that, we have a really diverse story-driven lore. So we really... we're kind of feeding every aspect of that world building. Mm-hmm. And then, so we just restructured our company. Originally, Yaku Corp was the only entity, but we just restructured to have our parent company, Raijin Labs. Then we have Yaku Corp, which is our gaming and metaverse digital experience. And then we are expanding our outreach through IP development of our new wing called Kuro. So Kuro is we're going to have a streetwear, fashion wear brand that's kind of anime oriented of our lore and our world. And on top of that, a manga series, and then eventually a full blown anime. And so we're trying to not only stay in this Web3 space.
Like an anime thing?
Yeah, it's like a comic book, an anime comic book, basically. And so we're looking to expand completely. Like you can imagine Naruto. The fans of Naruto are not aware at all of the blockchain, and so we're looking to be ubiquitous and really.
You know what? Maybe that makes sense. The fans of Naruto don't know what blockchain is, and the fans of blockchain don't know what Naruto is. Oh, it's just me. Okay, just me. What is Naruto?
It's a pretty popular anime. I'm a big anime fan. That's why I gravitated to Yaku originally.
Everybody knows anime.
Yeah.
No. Don't feel too bad, man. Yeah, bro, we definitely appreciate you, swinging through. Definitely love for you to join the Web3 breakfast anytime. You know what I'm saying? Definitely welcome to hang out on the couch. We got Tony. He's getting ready to come through. We're going to be doing a little interview with him as well. You feel free to stick around if you like. You know what I'm saying? We get a little conversation brewing, whatever kind of happens there. But before you go, like, where can people find you and stuff like that?
So my personal Twitter handle is 773plays, but primarily I handle all the Yaku social media. So you'll really want to tune into Yaku Corp. That's our and then our Discord. That's where we'll have all our information, all our newest updates, and the game link for anyone who wants to jump in and actually try the game for themselves. So that's where you'll want to follow us. Really, Discord and Twitter are our bread and butter.
Do you have to have an asset to get in?
No, you do not. Right now, it's not token gated at all. In the future, it'll be token gated just for certain experiences. Like if you want to play as one of our avatars, you'll need to own one of our avatar collections. But as far as the gameplay, we don't want to limit that to only holders because we're looking for mass adoption. We're looking for 100,000 players on.
Why limit?
Right, why limit?
Such a small ecosystem.
Exactly. Yeah, why limit anything? Open it up, let everyone jump in and try it out. And then, if they want to invest, like, Fortnite players don't invest because they're kind of pressured into it. They invest because they like to play the game, and gamers have always wanted to stand out and customize and kind of, have unique skins or unique type of accessories that differentiate them from other players. So that's really the revenue model we're looking at, not gating any experiences. The only experiences that are gated are we have like towers, like Monkey DAO has a tower in our world, or Stoned Ape Crew. And so their towers specifically would be gated. But any other experience in the world, you're free to jump in without owning any assets.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Definitely. I appreciate you guys having me.
Most
And
definitely.
Once we have, we're going to be having a Spaces kind of immersive levels in the Yakuverse where you can jump in, and then anyone who wants to tune into your Spaces can jump in and have like an interactive world where they'll be able to. So you guys will be welcome as one of our first podcast/Spaces, and don't worry. Well, I'll take care of you guys.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys.
Hey, make sure you check out Yakuverse. We'll thanks. Thought I had a microphone on. Make sure you guys check out the Yakuverse, and we'll post some links at some point so you guys have access to
definitely
stuff. And then make sure you tap into breakfast sometime, man.
Definitely. I'll jump into Spaces whenever you guys want to have me. I'll be more than happy to.
My guy. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Yep.
Hey, Metaverse.
That's my shit.
I know, bro. You love the Metaverses, bro.
Did you set this back up?
Yeah,
do you know where we cut off?
I got it pretty close.
I want to settle in.
Okay, yeah, get settled in.
Baby, it was a long day.
There you go. That looks good.
I might just rest this mic on my belly. Belly mic.
Oh my gosh!
Little belly
I'm
mic.
about to drink some more of these.
These iced teas are good.
These twisted teas to get there.
I'll tell you what, get twisted on them teas.
Yeah, man. How long have you known Tony?
I've known Tony in the influencer groups now for probably a year, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen him at a conference here or there.
I was surprised to see him today.
Well, yeah. I mean, anytime that like you come out for a one-day conference from the East Coast, I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, we got that thing." Like, where people are like, "Well, where are you from? You here from LA?" Like, "No, man, we're Atlanta." Like, geez, like you came all the way for 1 day? For 1 day. He's like, yeah, we did.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, man, it was like there was nothing like seeing that jumbotron down.
Tell you what, that was cool. That was a cool feeling, man. It was fun. It was fun to be in a room with friends, right? It was fun to be up on stage with Stash, someone that I've known for a long time.
Yeah.
Fun to be up there with Rick, man. It's been a journey, working with him and getting to know him and the guys at Final Frontier.
Yeah, man, and definitely, man. Shouts out to Final Frontier. You know what I mean? They did it again. Beautiful freaking mansion. It's absolutely huge. And this is like one of those things, man. It wasn't really any alpha to be grabbed. I was hoping to kind of overhear something.
We were the alpha. That.
Oh no, we were, man. I mean, I hope the companies did go back. I mean, I did make a couple connections. My wallet here. I'd have to see. This.
We met a merch guy.
Yeah, the merch guy.
NFC chips merch and like wristbands. And
Tap
stuff.
to share. I think that's the name of his company.
Dude, like I think about like even just doing something like those silicone wristbands.
Yeah.
Right, and you just send them out to the community, and that's got the link to the live stream in it. So it's like, dude, you got the live stream.
I mean, bro, adoption stuff, man. I mean, if you had in every business, man, if you had any kind of DApp or regular application that you need to send people to have that technology just one tap away and take you anywhere you want to go.
One tap.
The one tap.
Man, it's fun. Yeah, that's cool. So like, I got that card. I think I'm gonna use that. Right, I think I'm gonna actually program it. You started to.
Yeah, I got mine set up. Mine's set up.
That's for Mind Your Biz. On my old phone, he had actually given me some. It was an NFC little tag, and it was like a little sticker that went on my phone. Is that same thing? But it's just honestly, it's just a little sticker.
Yeah, Mind Your Biz. Doesn't he do something with mining and stuff like that as well, like actual crypto miners and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
His big like he used to be more into mining. Now, like the Mind Your Biz, maybe it's just more the play on like security.
yeah, because I had a conversation with a lawyer, and he was like, man, he's like, I want to be in crypto mining.
So
with
all of
clean
a sudden,
energy.
they started yelling.
Yeah, they did it.
Like it got a lot of like all of a sudden in there. It's
Yeah.
all right. It's all right. All right, you handle this for a second. I'm gonna go get a tea, and I'll tell them to shut it down.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, hey guys, this is what it's all about, man. One of the biggest things that I thought that we took away, from the whole experience with UCLA was just being here. I think that the more that we can show up, the more that we can have the conversation. I'm going to tell you, there was a lot of people who just straight up were like automatic, like stinky face. Like the moment that we started talking to them about crypto. And, that was one of the things that we did try to do is we tried to talk to people, and say, hey, like this is kind of who we are, like what is something that you might be interested in? And, people would kind of give their answer and then they were just simply not interested. But we did get received pretty well from a couple of companies that were interested, people with some more open minds, like getting them kind of set up and looking at, different options that are out there. Everybody had that same question, like what is it that, the blockchain can do for my company, right? And it's like every company, there's some way, there's some blockchain technology, there's some AI tool out there that's going to make people's lives easier. Even if you're not a company, even if you're just an individual, like definitely these AI tools are absolutely amazing and they're out there. I know one thing that I was telling people constantly to go and to check out was futuretools.io. Go check out futuretools.io if you haven't had a chance to. There you're going to find just lists and lists of AI tools. They're going to break them down for you in a couple of different ways. One of those ways is going to be, just by category, right? If you're looking for video editing, if you're looking for speech to text, if you're looking for art generation, whatever those things are, you're going to be able to kind of select those. But one of the things that I really liked about the Future Tools platform is that they give you the opportunity to find out like what's free and what's paid for, right? A lot of the tools are going to be paid for. And look, guys, this is an investment in yourself. If you can pay $10 a month for one of these subscription plans, but it's going to save you.
What are you selling?
No, I'm just talking about just AI.
Okay.
AI, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you were selling like a course.
Was I selling a course?
I don't know.
Well, sign up for your course today.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
You are a dead man.
I am a dead man.
Oh man, is he a dead man? The people that own that chain.
They're going to murder me.
Murder.
I can fix it before they see it. Hopefully they don't see it.
Hopefully, maybe we have to cancel the stream, man, because like.
Definitely before I get there. No, I was talking about the future tool. Pay AI tools. Is it worth the money to just pay for the subscription?
Right now, for ChatGPT, I feel like it is.
Yeah.
I feel like my ChatGPT is like just putting the chain up. I guess you were like double chained anyway. It was kind of silly.
It's double chain.
You got some Jesus chains.
2 chains. But yeah, I mean, paying for AI tools. You in or out?
So as soon as I can start turning the show profitable. Yes. Yeah, like AI, like video. Like there was I sampled this on I forget which interview we did it on. Who was it? Anyway, so I sampled this thing, right, where I did like you had like an hour of chop up time. So I submitted a full hour of a video, it ended up giving me 32. No, video. VIDYO or I or AI or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like the 1 hour video gave me 32 15 to 40-second clips.
Yeah.
And then it gave me like 20, 1 to 3 minute clips.
Yeah. How were the clips?
Fine. Obviously they needed a little fixing up, but it was a straight up clip, and they didn't really cut all the ums and the ahs and all that stuff, but it did jump cuts, it did some things, and then obviously the whole goal is to just, in my opinion, get it down to all that digestible stuff, and then methodically go through CapCut, and then just create what you want them to be.
Right.
Because the AI is not going to do what you want, but what it's going to do is take that full video and chop it up. Now maybe there's other platforms that'll make you sexy videos with the words and maybe some B-roll or whatever, but I haven't seen anything that's what I'm truly looking for. Is you could put in a 30-second video and it'll put B-roll and words and dress the whole thing up.
How much would you pay for that a month?
Probably like $100 a month. It's like a full-time creator.
Yeah.
Like, because if that helps me make, like 20 grand a month, like I would probably pay like up to $500 a month for it.
Yeah, I mean, for someone that is just getting started, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, should they not put a budget towards put a budget towards tools for creating their videos and their content?
I mean, not in the beginning, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to do that shit. Like, you have to learn how to do this shit. You got to learn how to make your thumbnails. You got to learn how to make your titles. You got to learn how to do your descriptions. You got to learn how to do all that shit. And like, once you know like all the work that goes into it, yeah, then I mean, you could take the easy way out, but like, it's like earning a buck. Like, you'll never know the fucking value of $1 unless you earn it. Yeah. So like, until you do all the stuff it takes to make a video, like, you just got to fucking do it.
Yeah, not for sure. I mean, I'm all for, like investing in the tools and stuff like that, just as a guy that is construction, in the contract world, it's like your tools really do, man, they are getting turned up. I know. It's getting to be that out.
They got that sweet red wine in there.
Nobody wants to come by and do our interviews because everybody's
they're yelling.
Swissy. Yo, but it is to the top of the hour. We are on the top of the hour.
Oh, you want to cut it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, it sounds like the party's getting started.
Hey, you know what we should do is instead of live streaming, we can just use StreamYard, but what we'll do moving forward is we'll just cut some videos and then we'll chop them up and then we'll turn them into things. So we won't bother you guys with live streams all night. We love you.
We love y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank y'all for those of y'all tuned in. Make sure you guys check us out Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do this here on YouTube as well as Twitter
and LinkedIn. Tomorrow, we're gonna do something tomorrow.
Yeah, we're definitely doing something tomorrow. We're
heading out to Venice. We're gonna head out to Venice. We're gonna go do some man on the street. We talk to people about Web3 at Muscle Beach.
Yeah.
We go to the Santa Monica Pier.
Probably pump some iron.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna pump some iron.
Yeah. We gotta get that workout.
It's gonna be a hell of a day, guys. Make sure you check us out. We will see you all.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Jay got to go over and shut it off. So, guys, we love y'all. Peace.